Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, today is Wicked Wednesday. All right, it is May 27th. We are finally getting closer to the end of the month, but we are still in Gemini season, and we also have a full moon that's coming out in the next few days. So you guys know I have my little Prism Oracle deck. Okay, so let's get started and see what you guys might need to know for today. Okay guys, I'm gonna jump right into it. I don't want to waste any time because time is precious. Okay, time is really precious, so let's jump into it. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time when it comes to the Prism Oracle deck? What do they need to know? What do they need to know from May 27 and what the energy could be like at this time? Ooh, thank you. So we have consciousness. Okay, so either you are conscious about something when it comes to situations, people, places, and things, or there's something about your consciousness that's very significant, okay? Now, when I say consciousness, this could be a lot of things. This could be your awareness socially, mentally, physically, okay? This could also be about people, okay, and how people operate, how they maneuver, how they act, how they move towards you, that kind of stuff, right? Some of you guys are aware of this, and some of you guys could be making mental notes. So there's something about being observational, okay, being very observant at this time, okay? So take what resonates with that. That truck is so loud. But anyways, there's something about your energy, like I said. Now, you know how you have like a conscious and there's like a guilty conscious? There are people out there, and that horn is just confirmation too, with all the distractions and disruptions. Confirmation. Confirmation with the horn. There's something about guilty conscience. This is not you in the collective. I'm talking about people who have done you wrong or knew that they were doing something that was wrong. And there's something about a guilty conscience. Now, you could be someone who has a guilty conscience, and this is why maybe you're aware of how you treat people or what you say to people, how you do things towards people, that kind of stuff, right? And it's like, people will just do things and know what they're doing, and it's like they don't care. But then when things start going left, or when things start to get funky, or the energy starts to shift or whatever, now people care all of a sudden. Like, you know, paranormal activity, now they care, okay? So even when it comes to like bad dreams and stuff like that, like you literally could have people in your energy that are receiving karma, and this is nothing really to gloat about, it's just facts. People could be receiving karma about you because of their guilty conscience about how they treat you, because they may know, or they could have been aware that your conscience was clean, okay? And the thing is about it is that you're not going to treat somebody disrespectfully unless someone treats you disrespectfully. So it's almost like an energy of give and take, okay? Yin and yang, right? It's like people may see you and think, oh, sunshines and lollipops and rainbows, this person is so nice. And it's like, just because someone is nice or kind or whatever the case is, doesn't mean that you can treat them like crap, or doesn't mean that you can treat them however, whatever you want, okay? People have emotions, and it also goes for people who are loners as well. It's like you wonder why people would rather be alone, okay, than to have groups of friends or groups of people around them, because they are conscious. They are aware that people's intentions are not always 100%. They're not good. And maybe your intentions are very pure, okay? And it's very hard to come by people with pure intentions because everybody's trying to get something, okay? Yeah, we have frustration, right? So there's something about frustration that's very significant. Maybe there is something about, you know, being frustrated that you feel like you have to fit in where people just don't understand you, or feeling like maybe you're being put in a square in a circle type of energy where you could feel like people are purposely trying to force you to fit into circles that you don't want to fit in. So this could be like family, friends, whatever the case is, even jobs. I've always said this before in my messages, like jobs could be very significant too. That may resonate as well, but there's something about the energy where there's something going on energetically with the collective and soul tribe where people are literally trying to force people. And that's the thing, you guys are consciously aware about this with these two cards coming out. So there's something about that energy 444 on the timer when it comes to like stability and foundations. It's like you guys could be trying to build your own stability and foundation at this time, and it almost feels like you could feel like maybe people in your energy are forcing you to fit in, and you're not trying to fit in, but you're trying to flow. Okay, you're going with the flow, you're going with what resonates with you, you're going with what makes sense to you when it comes to your energy. Even when it comes to like water is significant. Drinking more water may resonate because that also helps to detox your energy. But being near water, maybe swimming, being near the pool, especially with it being summertime, especially in Canada because the seasons are changing, that is significant. If you live in a hot climate or a hot country, you could be thinking about doing that too. But being in flow at this time is significant, and also balance, right? So some of you guys could be also, like I said, when it comes to consciousness and not wanting to fit in with, you know, societal norms and things like that. And when I say societal norms, I mean like people who think that you need to be married, you need to have the house, you need to have the kids, you need to have this, that, the third. Like basically people feel like whatever they have, you need to have that too. And people don't realize that everybody lives their life differently. I hate judgmental people. Like, you know how many times I've seen on TikTok, and I have to remember that social media also is just a ball game of like foolishness sometimes. You know what I mean? Because even in reality, people do not act like this in reality most of the time. Social media is almost like a black mirror. Okay, social media is almost like a black mirror where people need to understand that what you see is not always what you get with people. Now, authenticity is very hard to come by, but a lot of times people do things for the fame, the money, the numbers, you know, things like that. And instead of just keeping it real with people and saying, look, this is what's going on, or whatever the case is, people would rather be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like that weird, like, you know, look at me energy. And you could have people like who are just normal, who just post whatever they post and they're just keeping it real. Okay, that is significant. There's something about that where you guys are finding balance in your flow, finding balance in what works for you, okay, what makes sense to you in a sense, and that could be very significant as well. And also when it comes to being in flow and balance, you start to realize that you don't care for popularity, you don't care for people when it comes to people's energies or having to be liked or wanted or whatever the case is. It's like your skills and talents could be needed at this time, but when it comes to dealing with popularity and stuff like that, maybe you don't care for that. And I've always mentioned this too, where there are people out there online that care about these things, but you don't. You're somebody who wants balance in your life, whether that's peace and quiet. Okay, we also have death. Okay, so when it comes to death energy, this is death and rebirth. This is transformation. Something could be ending, like I said, with the full moon coming up. There's something about things approaching slowly within the next few days where you guys could be releasing a lot and letting go of a lot, especially with things that no longer serve you or no longer resonate with you, okay? So take what resonates with that, but there's something about that that's very, very, that's like showing up in the energy a lot, okay? Like I've been saying this recently, okay? Even when it comes to death, I don't really talk about this a lot with the death card because a lot of times that's not the representation, but you guys could be dealing with a death at this time, like somebody that you truly care about or somebody that you resonate with, or, you know, maybe this is the death of yourself. And I don't mean that in like that way, but I mean like transmuting energy and shedding old skin. That's significant. Some people could be also in this energy too with you as a collective watching this, where you are shedding your old self, and it's like people cannot understand the new version of you or respect the new version of you. So you ever had somebody in your energy where it's like they known you since you were so small, like since you were a kid, and it's like they think that you're that same person, but it's like, no, you're either a young adult or you're an adult or you're just mature for the age that you are, and you just won't tolerate foolishness or bullcrap, or you just won't fake the funk. And that could be very shocking and appalling to people who love to fake the funk, or they love to be, you know, in this needy type of energy. And it's like, ew. I'm sorry, okay? Like, Like, no, I'm sorry, like, no. Okay. But yeah, anger. Okay. So this came out in my message yesterday too. Okay. There's something about transformations and anger. So for some of you guys, like I said, when it comes to transformations, death and rebirth, maybe you guys are learning to transmute your energy, your frustrations, your anger. Okay. When it comes to dealing with certain matters and people, even when it comes to your anger as well. Anger is an emotion, and also it's passion. And some of you guys could be passionately angry about certain topics or matters, but instead of people looking at it like you're passionate, they look at you like you're angry. And I really hate to go there, but there's certain cultures and races that I notice that get picked on a lot when it comes to women, especially speaking up on certain things. And it's like, oh, this person is angry, or oh, this person is this because of their color or their race. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing that too, because it's like, why does it matter how somebody looks? What they're saying could be so valid, but because people are so fixated on skin color sometimes, and things are kind of slowly going backwards instead of forwards, you know what I mean, when it comes to like the mind and how people think, it's just weird. Okay, it's just really weird. Like, you literally could be passionate or talking passionately about a topic or a matter that actually resonates with people and actually allows people to feel what they've been wanting to feel this whole time, and then here you come and you speak up on it, confirmation with the horn. But then instead of people looking at it like, wow, this person is so deep, or this person is so understanding and they understand my views, people will look at you and say, oh, I'm not going to deal with this because this person's angry. But let it be somebody else talking about it, and they get millions and millions of followers or millions of views. And it's like they're literally copying the same topic or conversation that someone else already brought up. You know what I'm saying, guys? If you guys can read between the lines and you guys get what I'm saying, okay? Another thing too, when it comes to anger, there's something about sacred anger that's significant as well. Okay, where, like I said, you guys could be dealing with people, places, and things where it's almost like people are trying to make you get out of character. All right, guys, like literally people are trying to get you out of character. Okay, yeah, we have passion, the same thing I just said. Okay, so it's like, even though people may think you're angry, you're not angry. You're actually just passionate about how you speak. And because you are very articulate about the way that you speak, so it's almost like you're very certain and you're very confident about what you're saying and how you say it. And that could be also another thing where people can get you misconstrued, because you're not angry. Okay, like, even if you are frustrated or angry about certain things, you're not angry and frustrated for a long time. You get over it. But I feel like a lot of people could be messing around with your energy purposely, because it's almost like, oh, collective doesn't get angry all the time. And it's like, that's so weird. Like, why would you purposely poke the bear so that the bear can get chaotic, and then when the bear mauls you or eats off your face, that's when you want to start crying the boy who cried wolf, saying, oh my god, the collective is so mean. That's why I don't trust certain people either when it comes to energies, because there's two sides to a story. Like, yes, people can be mean, I get that, but if you're a calm person, it will take a lot to get that person really upset. And I feel like people purposely do things to people on purpose because they want to see that shadow side. And some of you guys will give it to people without no questions asked. But the problem is, when you give it to them, you feel bad consciously, okay? Because deep down inside you didn't want to maul them, or you didn't want to, cuss them out or tell them about themselves. But then it's like they deserved it because they kept poking the bear, okay? So creativity, okay, could be significant. And like I said, when it comes to your anger or passion, you could be very angrily passionate about what you talk about, but that doesn't mean that you're angry at the collective or at a specific person. You're just speaking about your frustrations and what you've went through. And like I said, instead of people understanding that this could be about your creativity, right? Like, you putting your work out there, right, when it comes to your creations. And that could be significant too. For some of you guys, creatively, you guys could be putting yourself out there, and maybe you're not receiving what it is that you were hoping for. And that could be also frustrating as well, okay? But continue putting your creativity out there. There's something about new ideas as well. This also resonates with first house energy and also angel number 1. Okay, your magic is significant. So tapping into your magic with angel number 1414 on the timer, okay? And then we also have movement. So there's something about your magic, and movement, okay? Your creativity, your magic combined together, movement when it comes to taking action, okay? Take what resonates with that. This could be physically, mentally, okay? You guys could be planning, okay? So take what resonates. And then we also have reflection, which came out in my other message when it comes to the journey deck, and ideation, right? So it's like, even when it comes to your ideas, or like when it comes to the ideals of society, there's something about success at the bottom of the deck, because you follow your own ideations, okay? And even comfort. It's like you follow your own ideations, you bring comfort, whether this is comfort for yourself or other people, but you bring comfort, okay, guys? And then we also have illumination, right, at the bottom. So yeah, and then we have strength. So it's like, no matter what it is that's happening right now, it's like you always find a way to come through or pull through for yourself, no matter what. And that could be also the thing that, you know, unfortunately you could have attracted people in your energy, whether this is jealousy or, you know, people just projecting their insecurities or judging you, because no matter what things that come towards you, or no matter what's thrown at you, it's almost like confirmation with the horn. It's almost like people assume like, well, why does the collective get to get away with this, or why? It's not getting away with it. It's the fact that you've gone through so many things that you guys can see the patterns. You guys can see people's, you know, true mask falling. You guys are, observing a lot. So observations is significant. You know what I mean? Like, once you get an idea about how society really works, or how people really maneuver, and you realize that not everybody is emotionally as in depth as you start to realize that when it comes to people that you have around you, you start to release a lot of people, because energetically you start to realize that yes, we are in a matrix. Yes, we know that there are certain things that are out of our control, but we also have to realize that it takes a group of us to come together to speak up on certain matters. And it's almost like people are just swiping things under the rug, and that could also be significant, where maybe you guys are also tired of people just sweeping things under the rug, or pretending like things don't really matter, or things are really not going on, when there are things that are happening. Confirmation with the horn again. Before I go, workplace bullying is one of them, okay? It's like people assume that workplace bullying does not exist because it doesn't happen to them, okay? But it could be happening to the collective and soul tribe, okay? Even when it comes to family matters, you could have family members who put on a front and make it seem as if, oh my God, I love my daughter or son, or they're so smart and they're so this, but then behind closed doors, they're calling you lazy, and they're telling you you don't do this, or you don't do, you know what I mean, guys? Like, people like to put on a front. And so when you call out these fronts, it breaks the illusion that a lot of people have been trying to, you know, showcase to other people in the world. And you're not somebody that's going to showcase illusions. It's either you get what you see, and that it is what it is, right? But anyways, I'm going to end it here. So please take what resonates with you guys. Follow me on YouTube and TikTok. And again, my website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. Like I said in my other video, I'm kind of contemplating on if I'm going to keep my website or not. So don't be surprised if you guys don't see it anymore. Like I said, I'm watching how, you know, the flow is when it comes to analytics and people actually clicking onto the website or going on the website. Like I said, if I'm not seeing that much going on, like there's no traction or there's no movement, then I'm gonna get rid of it, okay guys, and start posting only on TikTok. The only reason why I even made the website too was because I thought, in a professional sense, that people would like to enjoy going on an actual website than just having to doom scroll on TikTok all day every day, because that's also mentally draining too. But maybe not, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, right? So I'm just going with the flow. I'm just kind of seeing how things play out or work out. If it does work out better than I expected, then I'll keep it, but if not, I'll get rid of it, because you guys know that I don't like to waste my energy or spread my energy too much into too many places. But anyway, thank you guys for those who have been supporting me. I do appreciate that. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate that. I'm just somebody who thinks business wise. And so if something is not working, I'll just release it. Okay. But anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Like I said, my website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. You guys can book a reading, or you guys can check out my blog. All right, guys. But yeah, I'll see you later. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. Bye.